as long as we make it. Look, there's a live going.
We are present. We are present. We are live. Hello, everyone. I'll wait till some people maybe get in here, or no one will show up, and that would be fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the people do cycling in, I'll repeat this a couple times for everybody to come in. Melee is coming back next season. It is here. It is. We'll be back for another season.
I would have built that out. I would have built it out more, but like save that as the thing. It's been like for 10 minutes. It's been like we have a really big thing to say about Melee.
No.
It's back.
I don't like shits. I don't like showmanship. We're back. We will be back on for season
6.
Don't count season 1, season 6.
Season 6, yeah.
Oh, we've done 6 of these. So we will be back next season. So yay, everybody! Thank you all for a great, great season. So why you guys are early? Baltimore, Cincinnati, maybe for me. Also, just wanted to get this out of the way.
Yeah.
There's no real details of why we went early. We and him were both available. We decided to just shoot it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So this is a great season. I think this is arguably from behind the scenes our best season.
It's a great season.
Presenting to the audience, probably our worst season, I would say, just because
presentation was down a lot. Yeah.
Presentation was down a lot. We switched editors midway. Koho took over for me halfway through. We didn't really post on Facebook. That's really on us, and we are rectifying that next season. We will be more on top of it. We'll be more in lock with Fandom and their presentations of how they do stuff. Nick is a master just of everything he does, so respect what he's done. So we will be doing that. But yeah, we will be back next season. I will talk about changes after Koho we haven't really announced this, what we're leading to, what actually is happening. We've said it in post-match, but people don't listen to post-match. So we'll talk about what's going to be happening at the end of the year event, the final act, what we'll be leading. We won't tell you all the pieces if all the pieces haven't been discovered yet.
Right.
And then what will be coming next season. So Koho, take it away.
Sure. So what we have this weekend is what I like to call an appetizer. We get you a couple of fun matches that I actually think are really good. Today, immediately after this, Anthony Tisdale versus Jordan Huffman will be up on the channel. You can watch it. That's a really solid one, giving some players a chance to kind of bolster their records back up and give them a springboard into next season. Along with another one, Luis Boost versus Jim Green. Jim's return to singles. That's tomorrow, as well as a 1-0 versus a 1-0. One of these guys is going to be 2-0. Nick Carley versus Richie Goodacre. So that'll be a good one. But next week is number 1 contender weekend. A whole weekend of number 1 contenders matches, Koho. What does that mean? Well, that means what you've been seeing is a lot of singles this end of the year. Why? Because all these guys are playing each other. And I don't just mean in a giant number 1 contenders match. The title is a fatal 4-way at the final act. And that means next weekend you are getting 3 singles number 1 contenders matches. And if you've been following along with the matches that have been happening and the paths that have been happening, you know what 6 individuals are currently in line to face Boatman in the final act fatal 4-way. But to remind you, since they're all out, they're all ready to go. Your number 1 contenders weekend, we have Adelaide Spence versus David Nishimoto kicking it off. The former singles and teams champion David Nishimoto, current teams champion former David, taking on Adelaide Spence, who has had one wild run and is honestly just looking to be 500 for the first time in their career, are in the position to be in a title match in their first number 1 contenders match. The next one, Robert Kastner versus Cameron Holtzman. Robert Kastner, another insane comeback season. He is currently, I believe, 5-1 on the year, I believe. An insane record. Going up against Cameron Holtzman, who has yet to play in a singles title match. It's going to be, is this it? Is this the year Holtzman makes it to a title match? Is Kastner going to take that step and be one of the rarefied air people to be in both a Melee title match and a Fandom title match? Who knows? And the final one, which I think is definitely the main event of the weekend, is an inner Rogue Nation matchup between 2 former champions. You have, or current champions. I'm so bad at this. I don't know whatever. Jeremy Adams, Payson Johnson playing. The former singles and teams champion, Jeremy Adams, and one half of Judgment City, current teams champions, Judgment City, taking on the former team champion, Payson Johnson, Ginyu Force, who has played in the singles matches. That's the words I keep trying to say. Payson, Jeremy, facing off number one contenders weekend match. That is the main event of it. All 6 of those people are playing. 3 of them are moving on to the final act to play Kaleb Bowman in a fatal 4-way chance at the title. And that is going to be insane. On the opposite end of that, teams. You're probably wondering where it is. It doesn't exist. We don't have teams anymore. We close the division. Bye. It's not happening. It's great.
Teams did get teams. We apologize. Me, Koho, Payson, Dylan, Mark, Jack, Spence, Boatman for a time, Barr, Jeremy. Then we had a lot of riders this season. We dropped the ball basically on teams this year. We really did. We shafted a lot of teams, and that was our bad. And it kind of came to a head because when Ginyu lost, Ginyu got a shot, an automatic rematch, so they will be at the final act taking on Judgment City for that match. So that will be Judgment City versus number 2. So, but next year, when we will talk about that, we are taking a deep dive and focusing on teams just as much as singles next year. And we're doing it so much.
We maybe are putting the biggest focus on teams that we've ever done in the history of the show. So
yes. We've also done fun things, like we've done a record reset that will come out later, where we're going to do that basically every year, give somebody a fresh start in this league, basically get a chance to debut again. That will come out. We will show you that. It's free-for-all style, last one standing-esque.
What if we could take the clock on your career and dial it back to 0? Someone is getting that shot next year with that record reset coming out in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, so that's going to be really sweet. Excited for our matches at Fatal 4-Way. It was my brainchild to do a Fatal 4-Way. A lot of people in the community were like, I would stay away from that. I would not do that. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I think it will go off really well. I think you guys will enjoy it. So with that being said, we got 15 people watching. So next season, new categories coming in. We're bringing Rocky. We're bringing Studio Ghibli. We're bringing a few others because we're making this Fandom Fights 2.0.
So excited to introduce Kaiju is a full category.
Like, it's really annoying that Tim and Nick just get to sit there across the way and be like, guess what? This new thing that you didn't get last year's here. You get movies again. We don't get that cool reveal. We don't have anything new to offer you. We just have movies. We have looked into us as a team. This is a blanket statement to the league. We've been basically the top echelon of like difficulty in these leagues for a long time. You've had to have almost a PhD sometimes in movies to like know things, and we know that. We've really had some strong writers write for us, and we're looking next season, not saying it will be successful. Nothing ever is with grading difficulty and what some person believes is hard and one person believes is easy. But what we promise is our difficulty level will lower a little bit next season. We want it to be more fun. We want it to be more entertaining. We want everybody to care and try. With that being said, I want to make a blanket statement for everybody in this league. So, not that I'm announcing this is happening, but I think it's been whispered around. That game of factions is kind of going away as a thing. Factions really don't matter in Multiplex anymore. We didn't like that it impacted singles. We didn't like that it impacted different factors. All I'm asking is if everybody plays in this league, if you're going to play in this league, I want you to try to win. I don't care who your friend is across the way. I want everybody to fight for a W. That's what I want. It makes me and Koho have to schedule differently if there's too many friends matches and one may lay on the sword for the other person. why make the match? Like, if you want the other person to win, let's just forfeit at the start, and we save all those questions and move on. So, if you're going to play here, I want you to fight for it, okay? We are also diving into our rule book and our precedent book. We are eliminating some past precedents. We're eliminating some past rules. The biggest rule change for next season, absolutely, I think Koho and me will agree. The biggest, actual rule change. This is the biggest one. I have heard you all. I've listened to everyone. It has been deafening. Everyone hates the new round 3.
Yeah.
They hate it. They hate it more than life itself. They hate it. And I don't think they hate it because of what we did to it, but we made it completely random and no strengths. So, with that being said, starting next season, match 1, that you and your opponent will draft every category in round 3. So all 8 categories will be drafted by the players. And then you can put what you want at a different point value. You can also let your opponent pick and choose. You can take what your opponent thinks is good, whatever the case may be. But now you're getting 4 categories. Pick or poison. It is absolutely picking 100% of what you get to take. Same thought process. There'll be a 2, a 1, a 3, and a 4. That's it. So, very TLU style. I did talk to John and Bill about the draft. They do not care. They actually hate our round 3 when we changed it, so they're like, please take it. We have no problem. But we believe the drafting aisle works in that regard, so we're going to do that. Rue, just to answer your question, did you say factions? Factions are just changing in the form of what Multiplex are doing with them. We're not doing like a baseline event, but you can still be in a faction to get somebody to manage you. Like, that's where your manager will come from. We're loosening the reins of who can manage who and what is what. If you want to support a player, support a player. But there will be no faction lines in this game anymore that Rogue Nation hates Phoenix Club and Phoenix Club hates Fun DMC. Be who you want. Be where you want. We don't mind. Also, rule change. Massive, I would say, Koho.
Very.
I've hated this for a long time. Long time. I believe when you are joined as a team, you should play as a team. It's not the best singles players. It's not the best 2 singles players coming together or the best 2 teams playing each other. None of that. So starting next season, round 1 is your only separator when you're playing teams. Moving forward, 1 will be it. Round 2, you'll play together. If you're in a title match, deep cuts will be taken together under a Skype call or a StreamYard call is what I would say. You will have to figure that out or play by yourself and play alone. I don't care. That will be round 4. And then round 3 or round 5 in a title match, 1, 2, 3, 4, all answer together as a unit. I've wanted this for a long time. Koho agrees with me. The other writers agree with me. It's time that teams are teams, and that's what we're going to do, and that's not going to change. So you get to partner up. You get to be if Kaleb Boatman wanted to pick me up as a teammate and carry me to a championship, well, congratulations. I get to hold a belt and wear it. Cool. He can't carry me to a singles title. So that's the big one. I'm excited for that rule change. One rule, like actual rule change that we've also talked about for a while, there was a precedent that was set up in a long time ago that if you got a question correct, but there was actually 2 answers to that question, the question had to be thrown out and a brand new question had to be written. That is done. That is over with. If you know an answer, you get credit for that answer. You get credit for the answer. It's just how it should work. There should be no loophole that your opponent knows more than you and knows there's actually 2. Or as a writer on the desk, we didn't think of that as an answer. But that qualifies. So we will allow it. So that will be changed moving forward. I don't know if there's any like absolutely big rule change after that. We are doing some stuff different next year. Golden Ticket will still kick off our season like we did last year. We were very happy with that. The 32 person tournament is dead as of this year. We are done. We want to give, when we block out so much of the summer at 32 people, teams suffers, singles suffers because if you're out, you're out. So that's it. Um, um, it's I'm still allowing that rule because if you watch it, you benefit. If it's within 6 months, you get to ask the question. You get to benefit. But you have to know the match it played in. So it's a very hard if you heard it and you don't. And if you did know it, if you heard it in another match, maybe get the question and you'll get the answer.
Here's my 2 cents to you. Watch the matches, you might benefit.
Correct. But me and Payson Johnson and Koho will go through the precedent rule book, eliminate stuff, the new rule book, and everything will be posted on the page, and we'll go in. Oh, here's a rule change. This may help some players. Other players may absolutely hate this. But a new general category in round 3 is fandom.
Yeah.
Fandom is a thing that you can draft. You can't draft it into round 2. You can only have it into round 3, but you can actually put fandom on the thing. You still have to answer the question as is, but I still think a fandom player needs a lot more work to be successful in our normal game if they're not regular Melee players. So throwing them a bone, sure. And they have to, it could be AVP, it could be Friday the 13th, it could be anything that you ask about. So it's really a risky, but good fandom players will succeed with it. I like that option. Round 3 drafted question. Are we answering the questions from the categories we drafted, or are we drafting the categories pre-match? That's the question. Yeah, so fandom can be anything. If you draft comic book movies and fandom, you just will not. There will be. You won't get fandom movies, comic book movies. It just won't happen. And it may get deeper because once you take out DC, you might get a deeper cut. It just that's the facts.
Don't be mad when Bloodshot comes up in your comic movie round. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, round 3 just works as basically draft. We are changing. This was a little outcry that I heard from a lot of people, where you could just pick. I want to take my 4 now, or I want to take my 2 here, or I want to take my 3 there. We're eliminating that. We're going back to 1, 2, 3, 4.
People just weren't doing it. People just still going 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to take that option off the table.
Yeah. So you're doing 1, 2, 3, and 4 when you play Melee.
Regular old 1, 2, 3, 4 is coming back. You're welcome.
That's the situation that we're looking at. So I'm really excited about that.
The other thing I want to clarify real quick is we locked the barrel back and shot 32 person tournament in the head. That does not mean you're getting less singles matches next year, though.
Right.
While it may just be a 16 person tournament in the summer, who's to say there isn't another singles tournament that happens later in the year with different people? Who knows? Maybe it's 2 16s and not 132. Maybe it's just more singles pictures. Who knows? You'll see. But there's not like a change in how many opportunities you'll have to play in singles. You might actually technically get more. Yes.
So that's correct. So when you draft all 8 categories, the person leading the match can get first draft at that. You guys will pick pre-match all 8 categories. Then when the match starts, who's ever in first place will work draft style, one right after the other until all are picked. So yes, if he picks fandom, you can take it from him if you're in the lead. Absolutely. And fandom will not be. Yeah. Okay. I think it's time. I think we can tease or just say what I'm doing.
I think it's time. I think we've teased them long enough. I think it's time to tell them about the big thing we're doing next year.
Okay. Shut up. Okay, so I have wanted to kind of do this kind of thing for a while. I've seen other leagues do it. I don't really know how it all worked out, but I'm doing it a little different over here. So there was something we did 3 seasons ago.
3 seasons ago.
3?
Yeah.
We did mix up. We did mix up for the league. Some loved it. We got Legalese, I think was the one team that survived out of it all. I like the idea of mix up, but I can't justify being so mean to teams as last season and doing mix ups with teams. So next season, to run wire to wire, a 16 team, not team, trios tournament that will run wire to wire with a loser's bracket. So your trios team will play at least guaranteed 2 matches. And that will all be constructed under mix-up rules. No one will be able to pick their trios. Trios will be a completely random draw. I will be in trios. Tim and Nick will be in trios. Koho will be in trios. I'm hoping everybody else participates in trios. It will be. I've wanted to do a loser's bracket for so long. Koho made it work. So you could get a Payson, a Jeremy, and a David Nishimoto on a team, or you could get a Jim Green, a Kaleb Koho, and me.
Kings
We
of Winter
will
2.0.
seed it by a random draw. We will walk, and we every 2 weeks, give or take. It may be a little bit more, may double up on certain ones, but everything will lead to the finals, and it will be a seasonal thing. So trios will be a whole season long, and then the following year we would just hit the reset button, do it all over again. We would have fun with it, but this is your absolute shot to do a trios and get people to play 6 people in matches, having some fun, enjoying the setup. I love the idea. Koho, I said I want to do trios, but I figured if we added a whole division, it would hurt one of the divisions.
Yeah.
But if I stretch this the entire run, it will not hurt. It will just be an extra thing we do.
There was an idea years ago when we ran a sports division on this channel to make something that was seasonal and ran like NFL style, standard, whatever. We're not doing that exactly, but we're taking pieces of that idea and making it work with what you already know. So it's going to be a good time.
Probably.
Yeah.
Me and Koho will do it live. We will do a live stream to start the season. Basically, before last one standing, we will decide on trios. And if they are currently a team, yes, that can happen. I'm not going because I feel like if I have to just randomize everybody off of it, I think there's a problem. Yes, you get a benefit from it, but again, like if me and Tim were a team in trios, that ain't helping a lot of people. Now, if you get David and Payson, that's helping a lot of people. It just depends. But yeah, trios is coming. Trios will be exciting. We will make a Facebook post about trios. Everybody that signs up for trios, I need everybody to sign up for it. Even if you've played here a million times, I need to know that you are willing to play in trios so we can build it out and run it out. So I'm really excited about that. That's something I'm the most. Oh, that Mike Madden, I would love that.
I would pay money
that would be
for
a
that
perfect
trio. I'd watch that trio.
Oh, shut up, Bar. You'll be in because I will throw you in the hat anyways and make you play.
Yeah, Bar, you're in the Magic Hat.
And we also have other things coming up. We have other things planned this season. I think this next season is going to be one more interactive than we have ever been before. I think two, it's going to be things we've never done before. Like we're going to do some weird stuff next season, and we're going to have fun with it, and we're going to run with it.
Yeah, I want to say this is like I'm very excited to be a part of like this side of Melee for a full season. I had a good time coming in. I know it was like halfway through the season, so there's not a whole lot of like my fingerprints on the show yet. And I do want to just take a second and thank Caleb Boatman for what he did for the show. He without Boatman, this would not be a show. So I do appreciate what he did and his contributions. But I'm very excited to come in and give you a crazy ass season 6. I can promise you, we've never done anything like we're doing next year on the scale of what we're doing next year with the amount of stuff we're doing next year, you're going to get a lot of time to play, a lot of new things to do while playing, and a lot of matchups that you wouldn't expect. So it's going to be a great season.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of fun this season. I think we're going to do a lot better. Forced to play here.
If there are any questions, feel free to shoot them at us. We'll take a couple before we bounce out of here.
Bar is forced to play here. Yeah, I said that in the post match. I do not care. I will still threaten him.
Bar is like an old actor in like the 30s. He is under contract to movie Melee, but that contract has no expiration date. So.
And there's nothing that we like. There's stuff that we haven't announced that we will announce as we get closer to other things. We're leaving some mystery. Brian, your question: when will date frame? Date frame's it's gonna run the entire season. We will start. Melee is off currently. Yeah. If you haven't been in the green room, we are currently on the off season. We've filmed our matches. We've edited our matches. We know everything, but we're done, and we will not be back until middle of January when green rooms will be start setting up. You will not see first matches till February.
Right. And it is.
We are enjoying our break, so
don't you worry. It'll be an explosive kickoff to season 6.
Yeah, we'll. I haven't talked to Nick and Tim in fully, but I'm assuming that everything will go as normal. Like the last one standing will be the same thing as it has been. We're doing it from our side, so. Hold on. Is Frenzy coming back? Yes, I would like to do Frenzy. Frenzy is difficult in my aspect, is because like Tim and Nick are these freak of natures that can just throw these matches and do really well, which is a 2-person team. I don't have that luxury. So I have a lot of players that like to play in matches that write for me. So when Frenzy is, I have to find somebody to write for those matches. So it's difficult, but I would like to. Also, this is an open call. I'm looking for 2 people to join our writing team. You don't have to be the best writer in the world. You just be able to throw questions in docs, and we can move and fine tune them.
Give us some samples. Give us some.
During our much needed break. Yes, Nick Carley. Also, shout out to Nick. Oh, yeah. I don't think we've ever give him enough credit. He's been my co-editor for like. He did 1 full season by himself, basically. But I've helped edit him, and then Koho has. He's been absolutely lights out.
I have never.
If I could give him a title shot.
Oh yeah.
For what he's done for this channel, I would, but I can't justify that. But he deserves that.
So. I also just want to heap extra praise on Nick. We would literally not be on this live stream today if Nick Carley didn't do what he does. This man has saved our show so many times with his editing. This man is, and the pace at which he puts stuff out, you are a god among men. You are great. I love Nick Carley. More almost than I love my own dog. Great editor. Holtzman asks, when do sign up posts drop for new teams and singles players?
Trios will go up first. I need to get that outlined, and I need to get that live stream done. Once that is done, there will be a post, I would say in December-ish. Into December, beginning of it'll be middle of. It will be before Christmas. It will be before Christmas. We will launch that. We will start building our schedules for new teams. So that is.
And I also want to put this out there. If you want to message me specifically, if you have a teammate and you're not willing to necessarily put that on the sign-up post, I am open to DMs. If you already have had a team and you are making a new team, and message me. You don't necessarily have to message on the sign-up post. If you are totally new, please post. Please go to the post. If you are making a totally new team and you didn't play last year, maybe make a post.
We like to have some mystery and some reveals. Koho lives for that. So if he can make it a spectacle, let's make it a spectacle. So
if you have a bombshell that you're really happy about, message it to me and I'll make sure it stays a bombshell. So when does La Roja 5 play for the belt? Next October of 2092.
I'll leave the channel. Honestly, if you guys win your way through it, I'll be proud of you. But if you actually just give it a title shot, I'm leaving the channel. In regards to the singles championship, what are your 2 history?
I don't like you, Payson. I don't understand the question. Nor do I want to.
If I'm not taking that wrong, I am going to take that wrong. Go away.
Javi wants to know if we can start a Spanish league. You and Nazario are welcome to
Talk to
start
Nazario.
your own league.
You, David, and Nazario need to handle that. What are we doing with that?
Javi, I believe that you could fly if you put yourself, your mind to it hard enough. If you wanted to, start by watching Citizen Kane and work from there, man. You might have a shot. Payson, leave. Thank you.
Because we're idiots. I'm sorry, we're idiots.
We're old.
I've never
We're old people.
I've never claimed to be smart. Any more questions before we are done for the night? Because we're still on break and we would like to enjoy our breaks because we worked hard this season. Yeah. No, but I'm really excited. There are some things. There's almost said it. There's a thing that we are building to next season that I'm really excited about. First that we've ever done. What's your favorite movie? Dude, I'm so bad at movies this year, but it is absolutely Killers of the Flower Moon, tenfold. Great movie. Fantastic.
I would say mine's The Holdovers. Holdovers my favorite of the year. That was phenomenal. The Holdovers is number one.
I hear great things, but y'all are crazy with give Giamatti his Oscar, apparently.
Yeah, no, seriously, give Giamatti an Oscar. The man deserves like 12.
Did someone say old people? Yes, Grandpa.
Yeah,
hello.
Thank you, Grandpa Bart. Thank you.
I'm gonna when this reads 35, we are leaving.
Yes. So, you have about 4 minutes for questions.
Is no, that was last night, Bar. That was last night.
You missed it. Shuffleboards tonight. Be on the shuffleboard deck in 20.
Yeah, but we had some great matches this year, honestly.
What would you say, without talking about things that haven't come out yet, is your favorite match, Cody?
I know it. David Nishimoto versus Cameron Holtzman tournament.
That was a good one.
End on a Puss in Boots question, and David knowing what was that 90s movie he just pulled out of thin air, like Orlando or something, he said.
Right.
And then when you hear Puss in Boots and think, oh my God, it doesn't matter because he's gonna hit it. So Dylan Fantine, year of all years. That man, I will talk about this over and over. When he came to me and messaged me that he thinks about stepping back from trivia, and then a week later said, "No, I think I'll give it another go," and then had the season he had. Like, that's a comeback player of the year that I've never seen coming. And I'm so proud of what he did. He won the belt. Like, he won the last one standing and won the belt. Like, that's a year that David would never have guessed.
Unreal season, Dylan Fantine. There's some people who have had some unreal years so far. But man, Dylan's one of my favorites, especially from where he was at the beginning to where he is now. I love Dylan. Dylan is a G.
Not only is Dylan a fantastic trivia player, but he is also a fantastic person for our admin team on Manly. He is literally
of this.
Yeah, he does not get it. He also does not get it. He sets up every doc that we're in, sends it to everybody. Great man. Great man. But also everybody on the writing team, really. Like Payson, Jeremy, Boatman, Spence, Jack. Jack came on strong at the end of the year, killing it. I'm hoping to have him back next season.
Jack's great. Great team.
Yeah, he also is a great host to watch. He's funny.
Love Dylan.
Yeah. Any other things? Again, we're gonna try to be better next year. We're gonna be trying to be better with our post. If we are 30% the man that Nick Twohig is with doing this stuff, we will be better than we were this season. So I will take 30% of Twohig versus what we were. So more Facebook post. I don't know if we'll be creative with as many acts as he does, because that man is very smart with that. But yes. When can I play David Garcia? I will agree to that match as long as it doesn't count for a record, because I don't believe one of you guys should get a win from beating each other. Because you both are adamant that you don't care about this league. It's just weird. But I wouldn't mind putting you in the schedule at some point, maybe. Lose like 6 matches in a row, and I'll put you in to get a win. All right, we're nearing the end. I want to thank everybody for this great season. Y'all did a fantastic job. Trios next season. all season, wire to wire, losers bracket, complete mix-up, complete random. When do I play Nick in 50-50? Hey, work that out with Nick. I think you should play.
Listen, I think Nick Twohig's actually ducking you. I think you need to take that up with him. So, yeah.
Did everybody watch the game of Factions match? It's on the channel that they showed back up? Crazy.
Kaiser, no.
Listen, Kaiser, my rule of thumb, if you win a challenge, they're unlimited.
Exactly.
Think about it. They're unlimited if you win them all.
Make smart challenges, and you will never lose a challenge. Be a good manager, Kaiser. You got this.
Be Cody. Yell really loud. All right. I'm down to lose next week. Are you free? All right, everybody. Thank you all. See you next year.